And now look at this. We see the clinks. I go down, I get the angle, I go up, I get the angle, we kill him, and suddenly, even though we're 2k net worth below this clinks all the time, look at how much impact we have in this game. Look at my inventory, it's beautiful. My inventory at minute 13 is beautiful. My impact is beautiful, even though the lane was so hard. So in this case, we're a Pangolier who is getting absolutely obliterated in the lane. And we just have a way worse lane than the enemies too. So let's just look at it. When we are the weaker lane, what is the timing that we're playing for? How do we determine this? And once we have what we want, what do we do then? And if we have something like this, what does the minute 5 to 8 look like? What does the minute 8 to 15 look like? So let's already have a look. Remember, the first part, the early laning stage. How much can we abuse our enemies in this lane? Probably not too much because we're playing against Clinks and Undying with Rubik and Pango. So they basically have like a double counter pick on us. So I'm gonna I bought Magic Stick, 2 branches. So basically I bought Stick against Undying, 1 set of regen, a couple of branches to give myself more HP, a Quelling Blade to help myself last hit, and a Fairy Fire to man up. And because Fairy Fire is just very good against Undying, right? So the early laning stage, the purpose of this lane for me is already that I get as much as I can in terms of levels. Gold is not that important, but the levels are important because once I have levels, we can pressure Clinks. Once I have levels, I can rotate mid, I can rotate top, and I kind of want to like pull waves early. I somewhat already know this because the lane is very hard. So the purpose of the first few minutes for me is to get as much as I can, focus on my levels, and just be content with that. Knowing this, it's going to allow me to buy the right items like Rush Boots, or maybe even Rush Tranquil Boots so I can pull waves, be okay on my own, and then build into other items faster because I'm going to be very poor. And then throughout this video, I'm going to go into the later early lane stage and then the post laning stage. So lane starts. What can we do here? We're playing a little bit passive right here already. What we can do is we want to look to shield crash this creep. He does a good aggro. I should have gotten that CS, but anyway, good job by him. And you can see that I'm trying to abuse the trees a lot. Like here already, I don't want him to hit me. I stay in fog. The moment this creep goes low, you shield crash, you get it. Once the opportunity is gone, you hide in the side again. I shield crash hit him, and now we hide in the trees again. We're looking a bit. Treant is a little, the Rubik is a little bit late. And here again, we want to look. We should look to aggro here, but the Rubik wants to like pull the wave or something. So he's like very late to this situation. Anyway, we have a Fairy Fire, we use it. He gets to pull the wave around, which is okay. I wouldn't say it's ideal, but yeah. So we pull the wave, and again, what we need to be content with is getting as much as we can, which is currently the case. Here we get a couple of CS, we get 1 creep that they don't get any XP for, and now again. When you lane against Clinks, you don't want him to hit you all that much, so you want to like play on range, try to abuse some trees, abuse fog. Here we creep aggro, try to get the CS, cool, that's good. Once the creep here is getting low, we kind of want to look at it, but it's a bit too far, so I tell him that he should just take it. Cool, we get the CS and tower, good. My Rubik is forced to TP mid, so he has to go there. So right now, we're playing a Pangolier in a 2-on-1 in a really hard lane. And once we see this, I need to adapt on the spot. Like here, if I was aware earlier, I could maybe have even pulled this wave and been happy about it here. Again, you see me abuse trees, try to get a last hit here and there. And now, at first I had a Ring of Health queued up, which can work sometimes. Like maybe you can buy Vanguard if you're very fat. But their support is so strong that he's basically stronger than the two of us. And now I decide to buy Tranquil Boots. This is something that I learned like 1 or 2 years ago when I got smarter about the game. You don't always need treads or phase boots or boots of travel. Sometimes buying Tranquil Boots or changing up your item build can be very, very good for you. Because all I want to do right now, or what I want to do in the following minutes is pull waves, not spend money on regen, and then use my level 5 and 6 ASAP. So how can I do that? It's by, well, Tranquil Boots are gonna make me fast. Tranquil Boots also include a Windlace and Booth, which allow me and help me to pull waves. And it's gonna give me HP regen. When I take damage here and pull them back here, I'm gonna be full HP. And it's just gonna help me throughout the game. Like right now, we're already playing in a pretty nice manner. We have 7 CS. Right now we have 8, which is not amazing, but it's okay. Here, I drag the creep up. This is another definitely another skill in the laning phase here to help yourself CS. Not only to get the creep closer to you, but also to make it harder for the enemy to contest and to pull them more out of position if they do want to hit you. Here, I aggro up the creep by clicking on him. I CS this. Cool. He hits me once. Now I do it again. Look, I'm not waiting here to hit the creep. I aggro it up. I let the range creeps hit it. And now he's running in a bit too far. He's tanking some creeps. So now I shield crash the creep and I hit him like once. Yeah, he has to use his stick. He has to use his regen. And now we feel good. We have a lot of creeps in the tower. Cool. I get myself boots. Coming up. Should have probably gotten myself another pack of tangles, but it's okay. Here they're doing... I think I die here because I misplay, because I'm just a bit too greedy. So this is the type of death we want to avoid, but it's okay. We actually TP mid here, because what happens is that this guy is diving. So I go mid, which, you know, you want to be open to these type of plays, especially if you have a weak lane or your lane isn't going well. You want to be open to going to different places. So here again, looking for creep aggro. If the creep is in a decent position, we want to use a spell to get it. Sadly, we miss, but it's okay. So here, Tranquil Boost. Now, how are we going to play the lane? Again, look to abuse trees, aggro the creeps to you, get a free last hit, and now I go Tranquil Boots Earn. Because both those items synergize pretty nicely with one another. They're both cheap, they're skirmishing items. Do you want to run around? It gives you HP regen, gives you mana regen. Okay, the lane has gotten to the point where it's pretty hard to play around. I sap XP, now what I do, I pull the Siege Wave, pulling the Siege Wave, and now we have again gotten to part 2, which is like the later stages of the early lane stage. Not only is this good, because right now pulling the wave is just good for me, because it makes it easier for me to get creeps, get experience, make sure it's not denied experience. I also get to CS freely in the tower, and it means that they won't get as much of a push with the siege creep as they would like, because right now the siege hit my tower like 3 times. Instead, if they're good, they can like take half the tower or harass me a lot in the tower. But instead, I'm level 5, I get all the things I want. Now I want to play for my level 6. So right now it's nothing too crazy with like trying to abuse the enemy going on, right? So here again, push the lane, shield crash some creeps, push it in, aggro the wave up to you. And now I know that the Clinks is like, he should be somewhat around, right? Like here, I feel like this guy's baiting. I don't want to waste my spells on him. So what I do instead of going bottom, where I feel like right now we can't do anything, I'm just looking at middle, because I see this bad rider who's heavily out of position and like playing very aggressive. So I'm like, yo, look at this, we have a good ward. I just got my level 6. I look at him, I Q over, now I slow, and I ult, and we get a kill. We killed the level 7 bad rider, and right now we are 1k gold behind the Clinks, which is quite a lot. But we just killed their mid laner, we helped our mid laner, and we have levels. And we're the type of hero that you don't really need to win your lane as Pangolier. You offer a lot with just levels. So, again, what do we do now? It's now getting to the later stages of the lane. I want to go back bottom when I don't have my ulti to soak up the experience into gold. I finish my urn. I also got myself a dust, because now, if I get some help, we can kill the Clinks. I'm looking around. You know, looking. I see that he's a bit low HP, so I harass him a bit. I'm not gonna use my dust here. I don't have roll. Now I ping that I have roll, I have dust, so I tell my team, yo, we can probably do something bottom. So I'm looking here. I Q in, I dust. We're looking for him. We find him. I roll. And even though the early laning stage went so bad, we're on a killing spree at minute 9. We've died once, which we could have avoided. I force a TP bottom here by Primal Beast. Undying uses Tombstone, and their carry dies. So, and right now it's minute 9, and look at my items. And look at also the urn, like it's doing so much for me right now. I have fought basically for 2 minutes, and I'm still pretty survivable. All I need to do right now is get a clarity. I have stick charges, I earn myself, and I have a clarity on the courier. I use it, and now let's look at what's next. Again, we have roll, so we want to look at something. Right now, I'm getting a dust, and I was like, okay, I was looking to defend top because the Clinks just went there, but I think there was something going on where people were like, ah, we don't have TP or something. Yeah, Ember didn't have TP. So I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. So I helped my Ember a little bit bottom, and now I'm looking at my orbs again. I'm Pangolier, and I bought items to run around. Therefore, it makes more sense for me to run around, look for kills, whereas in the first example we had with Viper, I wanted to scale. I knew it was correct to scale, so I bought Midas, and Midas is not an item you use to run around. Therefore, you want to understand what you want to do and then play to your items. In this case, we're absolutely playing to our items. And also, the reason why I'm going for this build, so Tranquils made a lot of sense in the lane and it's going to make a lot of sense in the game. Urn, same reason. I want to run around a lot early on. And on top of that, I can upgrade my Urn into a Vessel, and it's a great Vessel game. Klinx is a high HP hero with Death Pact. Right now, of course, he's low HP because he doesn't have it, but like it's really good against Primal Beast, 1600 HP. It's good against Undying, who's a high HP hero plus has heal. And Klinx, when he uses Death Pact, let's just look at it. He has 940 right now. He has 1600 HP on Strength Boots at minute 12, okay? So right now we went into our jungle, we looked for a play there. Here we look on the Monkey King, but again, like we're playing nicely. So here, okay, they overcommit, I roll, and now look at this. We see the Klinx. I earn on him. I earn him, I look him, and here I'm like, okay, where's he gonna go? If I keep rolling under him, it kind of cuts him off. So eventually, he fucks up, he wants to stay close to the edge so I can't get him, but therefore, don't just bump straight into it, go down a bit so you get the angle. I go down, I get the angle, I go up, I get the angle, I redust, I go up, we kill him, and suddenly, even though we're 2k net worth below this Klinx all the time, look at how much impact we have in this game. Now, I have Vessel, I ask for clarity. Look at my inventory, it's beautiful. Even though I rushed Tranquil Boots, my inventory at minute 13 is beautiful. My impact is beautiful, even though the lane was so hard. So this is a little bit of the contrary, or, well, I guess you can put it in the same area. It's not that we were a broken laner in this game and we like had 50 denies and owned them, but we got as much as we could in order to accelerate our lane afterwards, or accelerate our game afterwards. And now let's keep looking a little bit more, because in this game it's completely different to Viper. I'm not staying bottom and farming. No, I'm looking to be as annoying as possible, push waves when my ult is on cooldown, and instantly look for a play when my ulti is up. So here we killed Klinx, he TP top. We know he's there. I have 2 Vessel charges. I want to go fight. I tell my team, yo, let's smoke. We're strong. We look on this DD rune. I use my Q. I use my W. I Vessel the Undying. I roll on him. We're going to get this kill. Or I think we do, right? Yeah, I got another Vessel charge on him. I roll on the Primal Beast. He's going to die. I Q away. I play on range. Or actually, some people didn't die. Undying had 1 HP, as you can see. Primal Beast is like 1 HP. I don't know if I die here. I think I do. Luckily, I do get a Vessel charge before I die. But anyway, it turns out into a great fight. 2 or 3 of the heroes got out on barely any HP. So here again, we respawn. We look for something. I know that Monkey is around, so I'm like being patient. Both sides are like kind of being patient here. Oh, he had a lane ward. That's why he didn't die. But again, we're looking to make space. We're not looking to super scale. And there's other games where I play Pango where I will scale a lot more. But in this game, I have a mid TA, I have a mid Ember, I have a Rubik. I have so much damage coming out of these heroes. Like so much damage. Deso, Battle Fury, Blightstone, Slide, Stolen Spells, Max Fate Bolt. Like these people, all they need from me is to stun the enemy, like have a Vessel, keep fighting and so on, right? I don't need a Maelstrom and so on. And same, we're just looking for plays, and we always have a dust, because what we want to do is be annoying to the enemy, make the game as easy as possible for our team. Kill the mid wave, look to the left, my team is roaching, we have a great sentry. The moment I see the Klinx, I ping him, I swashbuckle on him, I slow him with shield crash, dust, roll, Vessel, roll on him, kill him, and yet again we have killed the top net worth hero for the 4th time this game. We now have a blink dagger, game is going to become very easy, the game will play itself. And it all goes back to the early game. Understanding the early game, making the early game easy for ourselves just made this whole other period so much simpler for us. So much simpler. So this is kind of the scenario where we're super weak in the laning stage and all we need to do is accelerate our levels to be strong later, to accelerate our game later, without playing the bottom part of the map at all.